Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. Now today I'm going to talk about the EMEA League teams for this year's partnership. Obviously I've already done one for North America, and then next will be the Pacific one, which there's a lot of changes there. But there's also quite a few changes as well in the EMEA region. So let's get started. First start off with BBL Esports, the one of two Turkish teams in this league. They haven't really done much, I'll be honest. They've kept Aslan and Foreshadow, Kishner X, and Turco, but they've added Brave into the lineup. I'm pretty sure formerly from Supermassive Esports. Solchini, who was on loan to Supermassive Esports, but originally was from Fireflux Esports. And they've also re-added Aimdil, who I'm pretty sure is going to be the 6th player, I'm guessing. I'm pretty sure Aimdil was actually inactive for a bit, and everyone thought that he joined Digital Athletics, but it looks like that is not the case, and they have re-signed Aimdil as the 6th player, probably, most likely, but have to wait and see about that. So Genie will also now be the new IGL. I'm pretty sure originally was Kishner X was the IGL. I don't think he's an IGL player, so I'm glad they've added an actual IGL. So that's definitely a good sign. I do think BBL is going to be better than their other Turkish rival. So for any of my Turkish viewers out there, and you think that I'm crapping or shitting on BBL, I'm not really. I think this is a good roster. This is very, very solid, but compared to everyone else, I'm pretty skeptical about it. Coaches Vlad and Epic, both of them new. I think both of them will definitely elevate this team a lot more. Other than the original coaches of Fabry, who, okay, I mean, he has been there for a very long time, so I can understand that. So, but I think Vlad and Epic, I think they're going to be definitely helping out this team. They were part of the G-Loot Valorant Clash Grand Finals when they lost to Giants, which I'll obviously get to some point during this video. But I can't remember where they exactly finished, around 7th through 8th, maybe 9th through 12th position. So not that great for them, but I can expect them to be middle of the pack, probably in the back end of EMEA. FNATIC is up next, and they have been looking very, very strong from all the stuff that I've seen in the off season. Now, they still have Boaster, Durka, and Alpha Ye, but they've added Leo, formerly from Guard, and Chronicle, formerly from Mech. Mystic is still inactive for some stupid reason. Coaches, still Mini. No more coaches, just Mini. That's all. Which makes sense, man. Mini, he has been here, I think, pretty sure since the very beginning. Yeah, I'm pretty sure since the very beginning of time for FNATIC, so I can understand that, but, yeah, I mean, at least you just get another coach, maybe, possibility. Stuff that they've actually been a part of, or there's actually been, I think they might be part of the most, maybe, I'm not too sure, but they've been part of the Superdome, which was an Middle Eastern tournament that, I mean, the two main ones was FNATIC and Ascend. FNATIC obviously won, but they didn't have Chronicle, so they had Mystic fill in place. I think that's also when I'm pretty sure Bosa leaked Leo into the lineups, which was kind of funny. Agent 022 show match, I actually don't know about this. Okay, so this was also, was this part of the Superdome? No, I don't think so. I'm pretty sure this was just for funsies, and Boaster, Durka, Leo, they won with Beppo and Health Beat, and Mini was the coach. It was a pretty convincing win, actually. Jesus Christ, 13-0 Fracture. Okay, then. So, pretty easy win for them. But that's a show match, that doesn't really matter. This one actually probably also does matter, though. The Riot Games 1 Pro Invitational, which had Destination Focus Me and Zeta Vision versus some of the teams. I think one of them was like DRX, PaperX, who else? Actually, I can't remember who else was a part, but mainly Pacific teams. So there was Destination Focus Me, DRX, FNATIC, PaperX, and Zeta Vision, and obviously FNATIC had everyone there, and they basically demolished both Japanese teams. But I don't think the Japanese fans really cared because they actually quite like FNATIC. I'm going to check if there's any other ones. No, so it was just Superdome and the Riot Games 1 Pro Invitational that they played during the off season. I guess also the show match as well, the Agent Series 2022 show match. I think they might play maybe the most show. They probably might play the most tournaments during the off season, which is pretty good. So I'm pretty excited to see how FNATIC goes. I'm very, very excited. And I do think FNATIC are definitely going to be a top tier team in lock in and the EMEA League. FUT, on the other hand, a bit of a different story. They basically kept everyone. They've only added a captain into the lineup. That's all. Mr. Valorant will continue to be the IGL. Yuji, he will be now part of the team fully, without being on loan from BBL. This team just screams mediocre to me, I'll be honest. I mean, their coaches also. I mean, they have guys who he's actually a pretty decent coach. Danag, I'm a bit skeptical about him, I'll be honest. I'm not fully convinced. So if we have a look, they were part of the G-Loot Clash Grand Finals. Which I'm pretty sure that was during the offseason. Might be wrong. They were. Oh wait, never mind. Yeah, never mind. And they're also part of the Rebel Home Grounds number 3, where they got absolutely demolished. So, yeah, great things for FUT Esports, huh? Yeah, I expect this team to probably be in last place in the EMEA League. Sadly, I'm not expecting a lot from FUT. Next up, Giants, who actually has a pretty decent looking roster of Fatino, who stays there. I'm pretty sure he's been there since the very beginning. And then Hoodie, Nookie, Rhyme, and Cloud. Good roster. I think definitely middle of the pack. If we have a look at what they've done, they were part of the G-Loot Clash. I'm pretty sure the Crossfire Cup was during the off season, but I might be wrong. I know the G-Loot Clash was definitely part of the off season, and they've been decent. They were pretty good. They was literally won against BBL. They did lose to Parla Esports, which, I'll be honest, BBL or FUT should have picked up some of the players from there, but they decided not to for some stupid reason. Whatever, cool, good job, guys. You threw away such a pretty convincing victory, but whatever. They had Pipson as the head coach, which is actually pretty good. They also had Milan as their analyst, which is also really good. So Giants might be decent. Might be what's the trying to look for, a dark horse. So yeah, look for Giants, because I think Giants might surprise some people. I think their roster is very, very decent, and they're definitely middle of the pack. Carmen Corp, definitely going full French here. They've kept Shin and Nazira, but they've added Scream, Navira, and XMS. Now, I have heard some good things about XMS. I think Topic told he's a cracked player. He used to play for Man Lions, and he was cracked during the VRL stage. Scream and Navira, formerly from Team Liquid. Scream will be the IGL for the team. His roster looks decent, I mean, but there's just so much great talent in the EMEA League that I expect them to probably be like around like the 8th to 10th region. If Scream pops off, they can maybe sneak their way into like the 7th to 6th range, but it'd be very, very difficult. This team just screams mediocre to me. They've also kept PM and Zelch. Okay, I mean, no changes there for the coach himself, which I'm pretty worried about. Recent matches, nothing really. I mean, they haven't played with the new roster yet in a tournament, so yeah, I'm scared for Carmen Corp. I'll be honest, I'm pretty scared for them. It's not great for Carmen Corp, but either way, I think they might sneak their way into maybe the middle of the pack, but I expect them to probably be in the tail end of the EMEA League. Koi, which finally announced their 5th player, thank goodness, finally, this year on the 4th. So they signed Codimenta, Shados, Trex, and Wolfen. Codimenta will be the new IGL, and they've added Starzo. I'm pretty sure they couldn't announce Starzo in that announcement video because he was in contract jail with Ascend. I'm pretty sure that's why. They still have Magnum as their inactive players, and everyone else has just left, which makes sense. They've added Barbar and Gokt as the new coaches, which is actually really good. I expect Koi to probably be in the middle of the pack, maybe around the 5th, 6th, 4th region. Probably not fourth actually. Definitely fifth or sixth. I could definitely see them to be middle of the pack, straight on the middle of the pack with a really good roster. They might even sink their way up to like the top 4, maybe even like top 3, if one of like the teams like fucks up massively. As for the stuff that they've been a part of, nothing really. I mean, there is the AGS Cup, which I mentioned in my last video, but that was their certain match, and they had their old roster. And I'm pretty sure this was also when they had their old roster as well. Yep, old roster. Heretics was had their old roster. Giants had their old roster. Yeah, I mean, you can't really say that as like evidence for with the new roster. So I think this roster is gonna be pretty good though. It might be decent. Maybe also Dark Horse as well, along with Giants. Nada's Vincer or Navi. Definitely contenders for winning the EMEA League, or even winning locked in as a whole as well in Brazil. We have Angel, Shao, Zeppen, Sagetsu, and CNED. If you're wondering why Shao and Sagetsu both have white flags, that basically means that they are non-representing, so they're not representing Russia because of the war happening. So that's why their flag's just white. Amazing roster. I mean, oh, it's beautiful. And I also have a top tier coaching staff as well, like Dawn Bros. He'll be back with them, and Latix, who was with Giants, which basically means it was pretty decent if he was there for a very long time. So I expect this team to pop off and to maybe even win EMEA League as a whole. They have played one tournament, that being the Valorant Clash, where they won it all, and they almost lost to Parlor Esports, and I still don't know why no Turkish team picked up their roster, because their roster is cracked. No idea why. That's just how it is, apparently. So Navi has already won something during the off season, so that basically means that this team is going to be scary. It's going to be really scary with this roster. We don't know who the 6th player is going to be, because obviously you need 6 players. So maybe the 6th player might actually help Navi as a whole as well. But we'll see. Navi definitely title contenders. Team Heretics, I'll say definitely middle of the pack, as with most of these EMEA teams. Kellogg's who stays on with the team. They also have Mixwell, Zeke, Boo, and Avova. Basically a bunch of G2 stuff. Zeke, formerly from a center, apparently, I'm pretty sure took a break, and Boo, formerly from Oglu, if I remember correctly, who is going to be the IGL. Coaches, they have Nilazino, who used to coach for Dark Zero Esports, if you even remember that, and Weber, who used to coach for Mouse, who is a tier 2 organization. I'm pretty sure he was playing in the Dash Evolution League. I'm pretty sure I might be wrong with that. They have played actually a couple. So they played in the Valorant India Invitational, where they lost to PaperX, and they've also played in the Red Bull Homeground number 3, where they just won. Yeah, they just barely made it, but they lost to Team Vitality during the playoffs. So not that great for them, but they did come. I mean, they did come second in the Valorant India Invitational, but they were kind of expected to be in the top 2. If they didn't make it, if they didn't finish in the top 2, that would have been a failure from that team. But they didn't, which is good. Decent roster, meh roster, to be honest, of how they play during, I guess, the other EMEA teams. Yeah, I'm not expecting a lot from this team, I'll be honest. Team Liquid, good roster. It's really good. I'm excited to see how this roster goes. They have Soulcast, Yampi, which I've kept from last roster. Don't know if Dimisic is still in the roster or not. It does say it is, but I'm pretty sure he has left the team. Pretty sure he's gonna be a free agent. Red Guy, he's gonna be the new IGL. Nats and Save, they also join in as well. Coaches, Stu and Meal, they also have 17 and Bacon 9 into their coaching lineup. The only matches that they played is in the Red Bull Homeground number 3, where they did pretty well in the group stages, but lost to Crew. They lost to Crew in the Homeground number 3. So, yikes. That's all I have to say. Just a bit of a yikes there for Liquid. But at the same time, Liquid was playing with 2 subs, that being Meadow and Enzo. So they were playing with 2 subs because Nats and Red God, they couldn't make it. That's why. So, yeah. So, roster, pretty decent. I don't think they're going to be there with like FNATIC and NAVI. But probably behind them, maybe like 3rd and 4th region. Next up, we have Team Vitality as our lucky last. Good roster. It's decent. It's a pretty decent roster. Not expecting much from them, but they did surprise me a bit in the Rebel home grounds in the 3rd orientation of it. So they kept Sender and Bone Cold from their last lineup. They've had a Mulsey, Restrained, and Twistin. 3 pretty decent players. 3 really good players, actually. I think Mulsey is pretty underrated. Twistin is heavily underrated, in my opinion. Restrained, he's a very solid player as well. A very solid pickup. And they also had a Bone Cold as well, and Sender. Bone Cold, obviously a former champion who used to play for Send. He's going to be the IGL, which is pretty good. Yeah, I mean, they just look really good, that's all. And they also have basically just a full British lineup of coaches. That being Salah, Gorilla, and Strong. Once again, also very, very, very good. So they did play. Okay, so they actually played in 2. So they played in the Clash Grand Finals, where they actually made that. I'm pretty sure on the 3rd through 4th region. I'm pretty sure when they won against. Who they won against? Giants. I'm pretty sure. Maybe was it? I'm pretty sure it was Giants, and they won against Heretics as well. So I think Vitality might be a little dark horse, maybe a little dark horse in Sao Paulo and in the EMEA League. So watch out for Vitality. I think they might be pretty strong, and I don't think people will be expecting them to be this strong. But yeah, that's really about it for today's video. If I have to say who I think is going to win, I mean, it's either FNATIC or NAVI. That's really about it. I think Team Liquid is definitely 3rd. Vitality might actually do some damage. Maybe even Koi as well within Giants. BBL might be up there. Heretics maybe, but I mean for Carmen Corp and but definitely Foot. I think Carmen Corp might actually do some damage as well, but Foot, that's a pretty steep mountain to climb on. I'll be honest, but definitely my picks are definitely going to be FNATIC and NAVI to win it. Very, very excited about the EMEA League though. So that's really about it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Catch you guys the next time in the next one. Goodbye.